For America.
I think if you want to reject the right of the Catholic bishops collectively, not just Dolan, to actually stand up for their values, and you want to say and you want to trivialize them, that's your right. But in fact, I do believe states are making arrangements. What I object to, in this case, is very clear-cut. You had a 5-4 decision to reject 8 million Californians on the grounds that 8 million people have no standing before the Supreme Court. That's a huge mistake.
I hear that. I hear that. That's good, Van Jones. You look like you want to get in there. Is this a tragedy for America, Van?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, as a Christian, if you're concerned about traditional marriage, Kim Kardashian has done more harm to traditional marriage than any gay person. The institution of marriage has been falling apart because heterosexuals have been screwing it up. We're the ones getting divorced. We're the ones cheating. We're the ones who are shacking up. The people who brought the dignity and the honor back to the institution are the lesbian and gay community. And the problem that we have now is, just because you put something on the ballot, if you had put on the ballot civil rights in 1950, we wouldn't have had them. The courts have a job to do to protect people. I'm glad they did the job.
Okay, S.C. Cupp, this is quite startling. I think you're going to agree with Van Jones.
Well, when it comes to Prop 8, I agree with Newt. It's a rejection of the voices of the people, and that's a shame. I am a conservative who happens to support gay rights. I'm a conservative who supports marriage. I'm a conservative who supports gay marriage. So on DOMA, I think there was a victory. But to me, the significant ruling in DOMA wasn't just that the federal government has to acknowledge the right of gay people to marry, but that the federal government has to acknowledge the right of the states. As a small government conservative who supports federalism, I think this was a huge victory for federalism. And if you believe in small government and conservatism with a C, then you have to see that as at least a silver lining.
Okay, Stephanie Cutter, you're putting a face like you've either eaten a very, very, very bad onion, or you don't agree with that.
No, not an onion. I was just waiting to speak. You know, I don't think it's a surprise where I stand. I am very happy about the Supreme Court's decision today on DOMA. A lot of us have been against DOMA for a long time and been fighting to overturn it. In terms of the decision on California, you know, yes, 8 million people voted for a ballot initiative. But as Van said, people have voted before and they've been wrong. That's why we have checks and balances in our government. We have 3 branches of government. And the courts perform a check on the people and vice versa. And I think that today, you know, there was a check on ensuring that people have equality in California. And I think that's why, you know, what we saw in the background of Ted and David was a huge celebration. People in California are embracing